Oh my gosh, here we are, you guys. This is my very first episode of Taryn Swears. And I have to say, I am really nervous. Um, I'm finally doing this. I've actually been encouraged, I guess, over time to do something. Apparently, I have a lot to say. And I love talking about all things nutrition, mindset, and hormones, which that's what you're going to get. And then, a little bit of fun stuff sprinkled in there as well. But I could talk about this stuff all day long. So I guess it's rather fitting that I'm finally launching it into a podcast and sharing with you guys. But fun fact, and I felt like just to be fully transparent, I'm not a podcast binger. So I almost feel like, who the fuck's going to listen to me? Like, what do I have that is unique and different that someone's going to want to listen, right? So I've actually just kind of grown to be really fond of podcasts as I began to wrap my head around, okay, I'm doing this. I better figure it out. So I do really enjoy listening to other people in my industry, learning from them, but also being inspired from others outside of the industry and what they do and how they do it. So I hope to bring a culmination of all of that and bring it with each and every episode. So I really do hope you enjoy what I share. And let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect. You can expect new episodes to be launched every other Tuesday. And guess what? Today's my birthday. So how cool. My very first episode is launched on my 44th birthday. So now you know already a little bit about me. You know my birthday is today and I'm 44. So I plan to give you education-based material with, just stories from my journey and experience going through this whole process, and also interviews from my clients, hearing from them and their version of what they've gone through, because we all know everybody's got a different story. Everybody starts in different places, and I'm really excited for you to be able to hear from them. And then also I want to bring experts in my industry so you can hear from other people, and maybe just, something else might just click with what they say that you can go, oh my gosh, I totally get it. All right. So I want you to know that you can come and find me basically day in and day out over on Instagram, doing some goofy fun reels, but I do try and share some very educational content over there with a little bit of a cheeky spin to it. Otherwise, I am on tarynperry.com, where I have a lot of really great content, including my Become Macro-Minded guide. It is basically a macros for beginners, and you'll have really just kind of a like a 101 on macronutrients, what they are, why you need them. And then there's also a calculator embedded in it so you can really start working on your own macros. And then as you tune in here, we'll expand on a lot of that. So it'll kind of start to begin to make sense for you. All right. So I figured it might be beneficial for you guys that don't know me necessarily to hear a little bit how this whole thing started for me. I actually was a commercial real estate broker in Seattle. And when I went back to work after my first was born, there was definitely kind of a shift in energy, not only just me mentally, but also physically. And then after we had my son in 2008, we decided it was best for me to stay home. So basically, who wants to pay to go to work for childcare, right? Like I was basically paying childcare to go to work. You know how that works. So, I go into becoming a stay-at-home mom, which was definitely not something I was ambitious about. And for years, I felt actually really, really guilty that why don't I love doing this? I'm not the get on the floor and do puzzles and creative projects all day type of mom. And I really struggled with that for so long because I felt guilty. Like I should love doing this right now. But I just knew that there was something else for me. And I dabbled in a little bit of this and that here and there. And then finally, I had a friend actually that I went to high school with, Kate, and she said, hey, I'm going to do this workout program. Do it with me. It's called P90X. And I was like, dude, whatever, sure. 3 months after having my son, like I just couldn't shake these 15 to 20 pounds. Like I just had this like pooch, and I felt like I was eating healthy, and I felt like I was still moving. I was working out to the best of what I thought I could. As you're relatively a new mom, you don't really get told all the things, right? You kind of get these like cookie cutter things that everybody's supposed to do this postpartum, right? And we all don't fit into those boxes. So I was finally ready, felt, that I had the space energetically and physically to do and commit to something like P90X. So I did. We went all in, my husband and I, 90 days, like by the book. And we both had incredible results. I felt alive again. I finally felt this like renewed connection into my body and also what it meant to eat so much goddamn food and work out and get really, really strong. And I felt awesome. So it kind of catapulted me into learning more about the fitness and nutrition industry. And I became a fitness trainer and wanted to present my love for fitness to other people in the gyms. And it was just like, I felt like Beyonce's alter ego, when you go and work out and you're able to be in front of people and you just kind of come out of your introverted self. Because believe it or not, like in real life, I'm a little bit of an introvert. But in those environments where I really feel content and the music's like spot on, like I'll come alive. That's really when I have the most fun. So being a fitness trainer was awesome. I've got a variety of certifications from Insanity, Turbo Kick, if you guys remember that back in the day. Oh my gosh, even Hip Hop Hustle. I was also a level 1 CrossFit trainer, boot camps. Gosh, you know what? The list is probably like, 8 feet long, and also currently an F45 trainer. So I have a lot of fun with it. But what happened so I've had 4 kids, and my first 2 I had in my early 30s, and then my second 2 I had in my later 30s. What a vast difference that made in my body and its ability to start losing baby weight. And I would see, Instagram really kind of started to come alive towards later half of my 30s. And so you would see all of these women that had these babies and bounced back in 6 weeks. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror going, what the fuck? Like, what are they doing? And they'd be like, oh, I'm breastfeeding and eating salads and kale and da-da-da. I'm like, okay, I'm breastfeeding and I'm eating salads. I might have a glass of wine here and there and some chocolate, but like, hello, I'm not going to starve myself, but that is not possible. Like, I literally knew it wasn't. So after swearing off that I was never going to go to school again, because I went to a 4-year college and I had a blast, but I did nothing with my major. It was a general studies major with a little emphasis in human development. So I do use a lot of that, just like the psychological components of it in human behaviors. It's quite fascinating. But I finally was like, I want to go back to school and learn about nutrition. Everybody's different, and there's so many different dialects of nutrition out there. I really wanted a holistic approach that I could cater to basically any and every woman or client that I came in contact with, and I could really help and support them. So I went through that, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and it was the most fascinating year-long class that I took. And I actually did it all online, which I did it well before it was cool to do online school. But I learned so much. And so all of that, I just took everything, and over the years have just been evolving my practice and really working with women to understand why nutrition matters, how it affects their mindset, or how their mindset really affects everything else, and also plays into hormones. Within the last 3 years, I really started to dive into hormones and why nutrition makes such an impact on them. And I've just really had fun being just a resource and also just sharing my love and passion for it. I hope you guys can hear it in my voice, and just generally I could literally talk about it all day long. And those that know me well know that I can. But I really try and make it super relatable and understandable, because you know what? I'm not going to give you a science lesson. I won't sit through a science lesson. That's the part of school I swore off. But if I can give you some information that you'll go, oh, I totally can do that. That's my goal. So in the coming episodes, make sure you guys subscribe, because I don't want you guys to miss out. I've got some really good information coming. We're going to talk about exactly how you can get started without being overwhelmed. So you're going to want to take some notes, or you're going to want to make sure that you favorite the episodes so you can come back and listen as you need. But I'm really excited. You're going to get a lot of the real and raw me. I am very unfiltered. Probably, my maturity level is a little questionable, but I have fun. So Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for helping celebrate my birthday in this very first launch. I can't even believe that we're doing this, but I promise this will be worth your time. So with that, I'll look forward to seeing you, or you'll be hearing from me in the next episode. All right? You guys have an awesome rest of your day. Take care.